They call it paradise, the Maldives, a cluster of islands so beautiful they seem painted by heaven itself. But behind these waters lies a truth few ever talk about, a culture rich with beauty, rules and mystery. And if you don't know them, you just might be silently rejected. Today, we dive deep into 10 shocking cultural truths about how the people of the Maldives really treat foreigners, and why your innocent mistake could mean you'll never be truly welcomed again. Truth number 1, you're not on vacation, you're under observation. In most Western countries, tourism is freedom, but in the Maldives, locals are watching, quietly, not to judge, but to protect, because here, culture is sacred, and tourists, well, they're temporary. If you wear revealing clothes outside your resort island, you'll be politely warned or silently judged. This isn't rudeness, it's protection of tradition. Here's a story for you. A backpacker named Jules wore a bikini in a local fishing village. Within minutes, she was approached by a kind old woman offering her a scarf. The woman didn't speak English, but her message was clear: please respect us. Truth number 2, Maldivians will smile but keep their distance. Maldivians are incredibly kind, but don't mistake politeness for friendship. They won't invite you into their homes. Why? Because they've learned over centuries that tourists come and go, relationships take time here, and time is something most foreigners don't give. So there was this German couple who came back to the same guest house, not just once, but for 3 years in a row. On their 4th visit, the host finally invited them to a family dinner. It actually took 3 years to cross that invisible bridge. The lesson here: friendship in the Maldives is earned. It's not something you can just buy with a 5-star stay. Here's truth number 3. Religion shapes everything. The Maldives is a 100% Muslim country. That means, well, there's no alcohol on local islands, no public displays of affection, no pork, and no open discussion that contradicts Islamic teachings. A lot of foreigners think these rules just, don't apply to them. But they're wrong. Breaking them could actually mean deportation. Let me tell you a story. A YouTuber kissed his girlfriend on a local beach. He was fined for it. His video, it was deleted. And he left the country the very next day. Respecting the culture isn't really optional here. It's actually the ticket to return. Truth number 4. There's a line you cannot cross, and honestly, you won't know until you cross it. Maldivians are quiet about their values. So yeah, tourists often don't realize when they're being offensive. They won't call you out. Instead, they'll simply step away or just stop serving you. Stop. Here's a story. A tourist brought a bottle of vodka onto a public ferry. No one said anything, but when he tried to get food later, no restaurant served him. He became invisible. Not because he was hated, but because he broke the sacred code of silent respect. Truth number 5. You might not be allowed on some islands. Yes, some islands are off limits to foreigners. They're privately owned, reserved for locals or sacred, so it's best to ask before you go. Wandering in can be seen as trespassing, even if no fence stops you. Truth number 6. Locals will help you, even if you offend them. This one's beautiful. Even if you break a rule, get sick or get lost, Maldivians will help you. They'll correct you with kindness, because their culture values hospitality over ego. Story. A solo female traveller got sunstroke during Ramadan. A local man who hadn't eaten or drunk all day carried her to shade, gave her water. He broke his fast to save her. That's the level of kindness most will never see in guidebooks. Truth number 7, your resort isn't the real Maldives. Tourists often say Maldives is paradise. But what they really mean is, This resort is paradise. The real Maldives, busy streets of mail, tiny homes, daily prayer calls, and hard-working people who rarely set foot on the resort islands next door. You know, a hotel staff member once said, "People take selfies with me, but they don't know my name. I live on an island they never see." It's a little reminder that there's always more to someone's story than what meets the eye. So here's truth number 8. Tipping isn't expected, but it's never forgotten. Tipping in the Maldives isn't mandatory, but when you do it with heart, it creates stories. A $5 tip to a boatman might pay for his child's school lunch. They won't ask for it, but honestly, they'll remember you forever. There's this story. A traveller tipped their server at a guest house $10 on the last day. The next morning, the entire family came to the dock to wave goodbye. The bond? Absolutely priceless. Truth number 9. No means maybe later, or well, absolutely never. Maldivians are, pretty indirect speakers. They really hate confrontation. So when they say maybe, they often actually mean no. If they say not now, it could honestly mean never. Reading between the lines is just part of surviving here without disrespect. Truth number 10. This place will change you, if you let it. If you follow the rules, honor the silence, and respect the culture, you'll be welcomed not as a tourist, but as a guest of the soul. You'll see a side of the Maldives that, honestly, few ever do. A side beyond the beach. A side that leaves an imprint on your heart forever. So, next time you visit the Maldives, don't just pack your sunscreen and passport. Pack your humility, pack your respect, and let the islands whisper their secrets to you, not as a stranger, but as someone who came seeking understanding and left with transformation. If this opened your eyes or touched your heart, don't leave without subscribing to Estemor Traveling the World. Because we don't just show you places, we show you what they mean. Hit that subscribe button and join the journey to every culture the world forgot to tell you about. Subscribe now, your next destination could change your soul.